If you know you want to improve your life in 2026 but are not sure what goals to set for yourself, this video is for you. It's that time of year where we are ready to become our new and improved selves. Okay, it's time to start setting some goals, doing a little bit of self-reflection, and really honing in on what we want to prioritize in 2026. And I always say this, but I'm especially going to emphasize this in this video because I'm going to give you a ton of ideas. But the first rule to actually accomplishing your goals is to not spread yourself too thin. Okay, I know you're an ambitious queen and you want to elevate every single area of your life all at once, but when you try to implement too many changes at the same time, it's very easy to get overwhelmed and lose sight of the plot, and we don't want that. So even though I'm going to give you over 40 ideas today, what I want you to do is choose 1 to 3 of these goals at maximum that you absolutely want to focus on, and then create a weekly plan so that you can stay on track to actually accomplish these goals. Before I dive into it, if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I make videos all about how to become your dream self. So if you want to join me on this journey and become the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, always take what you love, take what resonates with you, and leave behind anything that doesn't. That being said, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking all of the goals down into different categories, starting off with health and fitness, finances, wellness, hobbies, relationships, and skills. And I'm gonna leave everything timestamped, so feel free to jump around to whichever area of your life you're most interested in improving. Starting off with health and fitness. Number 1, start going to a workout class. So this can be anything like yoga, Pilates, Zumba, core conditioning, kickboxing, self-defense, anything that you're most interested in. Walk 10,000 steps every single day. Okay, walking is one of the best exercises for longevity and your overall health, and it doesn't have to be 10K steps. It could be 15K steps or 8K steps, whatever kind of works best for your lifestyle. Just try to do something more than what you're already averaging right now. Train towards a specific fitness goal. So let's say train to do 1 single pull-up. If you're currently unable to do any, work your way up to being able to do 1. Run a 5K if you're currently not running, or if you ran a 5K and you ran a 10K before, maybe challenge yourself to run a marathon this year, or reach a certain number of push-ups. So let's say right now you can only do 2 push-ups, try to challenge yourself to get to 10 push-ups, or if you're currently able to do 20 push-ups, try to challenge yourself to get to 50 by the end of the year. Another fitness goal that you can work your way up to is doing the splits. If you're currently not a very flexible person, this is something that you can stretch continuously and work your way towards being able to do the full splits. All right, let's move on to wellness. Number 1, reduce your screen time. Okay, you are spending way too much time consuming content created by others. It's time to get out and start living your own life. Journal every single day. This is going to help you be more in tune with your thoughts, your emotions, your mood, and it's also going to allow you to see your growth when you look back at these old journal entries years from now. Write 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. This is one of the easiest ways to rewire your brain for happiness. Start doing a daily meditation practice every morning. This is going to help recenter your mind, and it's also going to allow you to be more present throughout the day. Start going to therapy once a week. Okay, we all have some kind of baggage, some kind of emotional wounds to heal, and the more aware we are of those, the better we're going to start showing up for other people in our lives. Say something you love about yourself every single morning. This is especially helpful if you're trying to practice more self-love and build up your self-confidence and self-esteem. At the end of the day, if you don't love yourself, you're going to carry that low energy and low vibration into everything else you do. You're not going to show up places as the best version of yourself. You're not going to be motivated, and you're also not going to feel that you're deserving of love from others, and that's going to trickle down into your relationships. Reduce your caffeine intake. Okay, especially if you're one of those people who drinks like 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day. I actually know some people who drink like 8 cups of coffee a day, which is absurd. If you're one of those people, please put the mug down or your iced coffee or whatever it is that you're drinking down, because that is just way too much caffeine and nobody should be consuming that much. Just reduce it to like 1 or 2 cups, you know, max if you need to. Do a dopamine detox for either a week or even a month if you really want to. So cut out all of the useless sources of dopamine, including social media, video games, TV shows and movies, YouTube videos. All of these quick, rapid hits of dopamine are not serving you, are not allowing you to live up to your fullest potential. So maybe put those kind of sources of dopamine down and replace them with reading a book or with cleaning your house. Just find enjoyment in the little mundane tasks again. And finally, on the wellness front, get 8 hours of sleep every single night. Okay, prioritizing your sleep is one of the best things you can do for your health, for muscle recovery, for your cognitive function so that you can perform tasks better, for your hormones, your mood, and even your appetite is affected by the amount of sleep that you get every single night. So definitely don't sleep on getting enough sleep. All right, let's move on to finances. I know this is a big category for a lot of us, myself included. So the first resolution is to do a no spending spend week or even a no spend month. This means no spending outside of your absolute essential needs like rent, groceries, utilities, like anything you absolutely need to survive, of course, spend on that. But outside of that, no unessential purchases. So no shopping, no eating out, no door dashing, just nothing that you don't absolutely need in order to survive. And I actually think that January is the perfect time to do this because let's face it, we just came back from spending a ton of money over the holidays on gifts and a bunch of things for our family and friends. So I think choosing any week in January or even the full month of January to do a no spending outside of essential purchases would be absolutely beneficial to your savings account. Speaking of savings, the next financial resolution is to open up a high yield savings account. If you have your savings sitting in a checking account or a regular savings account, you are losing money. I really wish I knew this sooner. I just found out about this year, and I cannot tell you how much money I missed out on in the last 6 years of my working life because I didn't know about this, and I don't want you to lose out on money too. So make it a goal of yours to open up a high yield savings account this year. Track your spending for 30 days to really understand exactly where your money is going and see if there's any areas that you can cut back on to increase those savings a little bit faster. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So make it a goal of yours to save anywhere from 3 to 6 months of living expenses so that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. And especially in this economy, you definitely want to have a little bit of a cushion to fall back on if you need to so that you're not constantly financially stressed. And the last financial resolution is to invest in the market regularly. So put at least a little bit of money into the market, into the S&P 500 every single month or every single paycheck, however much you can to keep up with inflation. Okay, let's move on to the fun part. Number 1, take dance classes. And these can be in person or on YouTube if you're trying to cut down on spending so that you don't have to spend a ton of money for this new hobby. Dance classes can be a really great way to incorporate more movement into your life, a little bit more exercise, but they're also really fun and also just a really good way to be creative and express yourself. Speaking of creativity, the next resolution I would say is to master an art form. So anything from painting to drawing to even making pottery. This is going to be a great creative outlet for you, but also a skill that you can really dive into and learn and master ultimately. Explore a new city or town, even if it's literally the next town over that you've lived next to your whole life but never went to. Cook a new recipe. So find a new random recipe online and challenge yourself to make it. Produce a weekly creative output. Okay, this is the year where you're going to create more content than you consume. You've consumed so many YouTube videos, so many books, so many shows, so many. What are you gonna put out into the world this year? So some ideas could be writing a short story if you're really into writing. It could be recording a podcast or making a YouTube video every week, or it could be writing a poem or even writing some kind of newsletter. So that's actually going to be one of my personal projects for 2026 and I'm so excited to share this. But every single month starting in January, I'm going to be sending out a monthly newsletter with self-improvement tips, healthy habits that you can take on, and daily affirmations. I'll also share the self-improvement book that I'm reading that month, as well as any other tools and products that have been helping me be the best version of myself. It's completely free. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so that you can subscribe to the newsletter. And I want it to be super interactive, so I want you guys to leave replies to the emails that I send, ask questions that I can answer. But most importantly, I just want to help build a community of like-minded people who want to help grow and improve and elevate our lives. So if you want to join and get a personally written newsletter from me every single month in 2026, please make sure to click in the description box below and subscribe to my email list so that you can get added. And I'm honestly just so excited to start connecting more deeply with all of you. And finally, do a monthly new experience challenge. So every single month, challenge yourself to do something completely outside of your comfort zone. So one day, maybe you decide to try a completely new dish that you've never tried before. And the next month, go to a completely new country that you've never visited. And the month after that, you go run a 5K. So essentially, get yourself outside of your comfort zone once a month, every single month, because guess what? Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're going to be in the exact same place that you are right now. And do you want to be in the exact same place that you are right now at the end of 2026? I didn't think so. So challenge yourself to get out there, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, not unsafe situations, uncomfortable situations, okay? Let's get that clear. And just challenge yourself, say yes to more experiences, and you might really surprise yourself. All right, let's move on to relationships, because relationships and human connection is really what makes the world go round. So the first resolution I would say is do one monthly catch up, Zoom call, video call with your close friends and family, because I know especially when you're an adult, it becomes a lot harder to see your friends. A lot of them moved away, or they've started their own families, or everybody's just busy with work and life things, and it's really hard to make time for each other, and that's how a lot of those connections ultimately disappear. So if there's people that are really meaningful to you, including your family, including your close friends, make time at least once a month to be like, hey, like, let's catch up, let's get on a phone call, let's get on a Zoom call, and just fully debrief so that you guys can stay in touch for the rest of your lives. Number 2, volunteer. Okay, volunteering is probably one of the most fulfilling things that you can do in this lifetime. Reconnect with somebody that you lost touch with. This could be an old friend, an old family member, just somebody that you haven't talked to in a very long time. It could be as easy as sending a little text message like, hey, I'm thinking of you. Be less reactive. So when someone says something to you, pause and emotionally regulate before just immediately responding out of emotion. I know that this isn't always easy, but it's definitely a skill a lot of us could work on. Make a new friend this year. So I know that this can be especially difficult as an adult, but if you join a local club or go to a workout class or join some kind of community that centers around a topic that you're interested in, it's gonna be a lot easier to find common ground with other people. And lastly, go on a monthly date with somebody. So whether you are single or in a relationship or married, go on a date once a month, whether it is with a new person that you're going on a new date with, or if it is your long-term husband or partner or girlfriend or whoever it is, to really connect with somebody else. Because at the end of the day, human connection is one of the most beautiful parts of the human experience. And finally, learning new skills. Number 1, learn a new language. So go on Duolingo or take an in-person class or an online class or watch a ton of YouTube videos and master a new language. Number 2, set a reading goal. So if you're currently not a reader at all, maybe set a small goal like read 4 books this year. You just have to read 1 book every 3 months. Take a class on Coursera. So if you don't know what Coursera is, essentially it has a ton of college level classes completely for free. So you can learn marketing or business administration or project management or UX design. You could learn so many skills that you would normally get in a college class setting for free online at your disposal. And if you're the kind of person that wants to continue learning and growing and developing mentally, that is a great resource to just continue to expand your mind and just become more educated on specific topics. Learn how to play a new instrument, or even learn how to sing. Learn how to code, or more importantly, learn how to use AI more efficiently. So learn about all the different new tools that are being created that are using AI. And I know that AI has so many polarizing opinions. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, but the reality is, even if you hate it, it's already here and it's only going to continue to get more and more advanced every single day. So you might as well get used to it, learn how to implement it into your own workflow, because if you're not using it, unfortunately, you're staying behind. And finally, the most important life skills that you can learn in 2026 are basic life skills. So learning how to cook, learn how to unclog a toilet, learn how to file your taxes. If there's any basic adult stuff that you should know how to do but don't yet, I would say 2026 should definitely be the year that you learn them. Anyways, those are all of my New Year's resolutions for today. Let me know in the comments below what your New Year's resolutions are gonna be, and if you write it down in the comments, it's gonna come true because you're essentially putting it out into the universe, and when you put it out into the universe, it happens. So I strongly urge you to write your New Year's resolutions in the comments below, and I can't wait to read all of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.